I do kind of.
Oh, shit. Does it? We never hit the go live button.
Oh, we're live now.
Okay.
Hi.
Did it just go live?
I don't know. My face was up there, but now it just says. I'm confused.
Okay, I don't know if I think it might have just gone live.
Okay.
Okay. So, Merry Meat Witches, I'm Gory B Movie.
And I'm Kayla.
And today we are super gothed out for a super goth watch party of The Crow.
The Crow.
So, The Crow is like... Am I muted?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Am I muted?
Hello.
Hello? No, that thing's moving, yeah? Okay, let me know if you can hear me.
Oh, thank you, Brandon.
Can you hear me? Ariel, can you hear me?
You were.
Yeah, I forgot to hit the go live on YouTube because, it's just not a stream unless I have some kind of technical difficulties.
Coward.
Anyhow, Merry Meat Witches, I'm Gory B Movie.
I'm Kayla.
And today we're having our very goth, very spooky live stream for The Crow with my buddy here, Boris,
Aww.
The Crow.
Why is his name Boris?
I don't know, after Boris Karloff.
Okay.
It's just rad.
I like it.
I used to have a Boris that was on the screen here. Yeah, so hopefully you guys are excited to see this movie. Let me know if you have seen it before. I do need to get it queued up on... I'm going to watch it on Amazon, and I'm going to post the link for you guys so that you can watch it in time with us.
Mm-hmm. The party watch.
Yeah, the watch party.
I have never seen The Crow. I've also never worn a wig before, so I'm not a professional at any of these things. I have never worn black or any kind of dark lipstick before. I rarely wear makeup in general, so thanks everybody for pushing me out of my comfort zone.
Okay, alrighty. Hey, Trash Picture Show, how you doing? Okay, so we need to figure out our... Okay, we got watch party going on. Let's get the link. What do you mean there's a problem? There can't be a problem. Now can I do one?
There
Ha!
we go.
All right. Okay. Share the link. Copy the link. Okay, so if you want to watch the movie with us, it is available for free on Amazon Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it along with us, or you can rent it to watch it along with us. Or I know it's also on Fubo for free. So you can look up that. But if you need help finding the movie at all, let me know. Here is a link to it on Fubo, which it is free. Wait, no, it's a free trial. Well, balls. It's also on Paramount Plus. But yeah, I think Amazon, I don't know. Amazon should be good for most people. Okay, it's snowing, Ariel. It's snowing here too. We didn't have any snow, and then it just dumped
All at once.
all the snow forever. It's very purple here with all the lights, but I think it's good. It suits the darkness in my soul.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I love this movie.
Black as night.
This movie came out in 1994.
Okay.
And I, just a little prelude since, I have seen it, like where I come to with this. So I was babysitting, I was in middle school, and the guy I was babysitting for, he was really cool. He tested video games at home back when they were cartridges or discs and stuff.
Wow.
So, but they had a cute little girl and I would babysit them, and they were going out to the movies, and he had his face all done up like Eric Draven. So I was like, what the heck? And he explained to me there was this really great graphic novel, and I have to read it. So I read it while they were at the movies, and then when it came out on VHS, my mom and I watched it, and I just loved it. This movie, I feel like it was so important, in the 90s, for kind of influencing that 90s goth style and aesthetic, and just the whole vibe of the 90s goth era. I was a goth in high school. This was a big part of that whole vibe. I think. I still really love it. It's still one of my favorite movies. Also, I have to say, this has got to be one of the best soundtracks of all time. It doesn't get talked about enough for movie soundtracks, but this soundtrack is phenomenal. It was actually the first CD I ever got.
Oh, wow.
My mom was dating somebody who got me a bunch of CDs, and that was one of them. But it's one I still listen to this day. It's such a phenomenal soundtrack. And I just love the story of this, too. And it has this... I think part of also what makes it so goth is not just the aesthetic of it, which this movie is so, like... Even before, like... I feel like movies like Sin City borrowed a lot from this, just how it's so dark and gothic looking.
Yeah.
You know, Gotham City, a little bit like that. It has this kind of vibe to it. But it also just the cursed elements of the film, when people talk about it being a cursed movie. I don't necessarily think of it as a cursed movie, but it is really sad that Brandon Lee was killed making this, which I think kind of adds to that. And it's a very sad movie, so get out the tissues.
Like how you were saying before, how the guy who wrote it, his girlfriend died, right?
Yeah, so the guy, J.O. Barr, who wrote the graphic novel, it was inspired by his own grief because he had lost his girlfriend. So even though it has this kind of like frigid woman trope that we see in a lot of movies where like the guy's girlfriend dies and he goes to get revenge, and a lot of people kind of poke at that trope, I do feel like in this case it is very it's not just thrown in there as like a simple plot twist. I think it's coming from a place of real emotion and really has something to say about what it is to be human and what it is to grieve for somebody. I think a lot of people, when things are really bad happening, you play all the different ways it could go right in your head. And I think for him, this was one of the ways it could go right.
I'm excited. I'm excited to watch it and see what
I
it
love
has
this
to offer.
movie. If you haven't seen it before, I hope you enjoy it.
Before we start, I have a present for you.
Hey, Steven. Our mutual friend, Captain Cheetah. A present? What is this?
I found it for you.
What is this?
I don't know.
The Crow. And it's a Funko. Do I open it? Do I not open it? Funko Oh my god.
Yeah.
And it's so cool. It's like in a clamshell case.
Yeah.
Ah, the Crow is amazing. So nice to see all of you guys here in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, I should hook up our chat thing. Oh my god.
That's so cute.
Oh my god. He is adorable. He is so cute. Get out of here, Eric Draven. And as you guys probably know, there's going to be a remake of this movie this year with Bill Skarsgård. So I'm really curious to see how that plays out. I think Bill Skarsgård's really good, and not only really good, but really good at acting through makeup.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Which you have to be able to do this. You're going to have makeup on the whole time. Look at Eric Draven. He is just the cutest. Like, I will say, as a goth girl in high school, this is like goth boyfriend goals. Like, mwah.
So cute.
You know, unless you're more of like, I don't know, it's this or Edward Scissorhands, but I'm going this way.
I went to Hot Topic the other day to find some fun goth earrings for this to get inspired, and I saw that, and I just thought it was so cute. I also got myself a little Winnie the Pooh mystery thing. It's a cute little honey pot, and it had an owl inside of it.
Aww.
It was really
Thank you
sweet.
so much. I was going to be in the next Blue Blood and Honey movie, but I don't recommend those.
I won't watch those. Pooh is sacred.
Okay, so we need to figure out our headphone situation, because I have one pair of headphones.
Are those the ones? What did I wear last time?
I think you wore these. Hey, Danny, you're in the chat. Where are your earbuds? I tried to find them. The Crow is better than Daredevil. Alrighty. I'm going to hook up our chat thing. Okay, so I do need to find another pair of headphones for you. Okay. That'll get that connected. I wish you guys had Blockbuster Video Funko Pop figures. Wish I could. I guess you found them at Hot Topic, right?
Yeah, I found that at Hot Topic.
Okay. Sweet. Danny. Okay, so we've got that going. We are all set up. We just need another pair of headphones. Okay. And if you want to find headphones, you kind of have to think like headphones.
They are at the bottom of a box.
So if I was headphones...
They might be in there.
No. If I was headphones, where would I be? So there's my headphones. Oh, maybe under here there's some headphones. Ooh, sneaky headphones. Wait, what did Danny say yet? Nothing yet?
Nothing yet.
Um,
Danny, help.
what about in there?
And where? In this box over here? I don't see anything. There's a controller. And some stickers.
I mean, honestly, I've seen it enough times. I probably don't need headphones.
Yes, you do.
Okay. All right. I want you to talk to them about your new goth life.
Okay, my new goth life.
Well, I go find headphones.
Goth life is really hard and really scary. There's no emotion here. I'm just channeling. Hey, Haley, Gory. He says try the dryer next to the lost socks. I don't know if that was a joke or not, but that's what I told her. Because socks, you have to think like them too. This is really weird. I'm not as exciting as Gory is. She's really cool. I'm really nervous. Goth life. I think Daria and Jane, I know she doesn't dress goth, but she has this like not caring thing, right? So that's what I am trying to channel. That meh, the world. I'm gonna watch it burn. Thanks, Retro Media Man. We have spooky wine that we're gonna be drinking while we watch The Crow, and we have popcorn in a ghost face container. You can see all of our popcorn in there. I'm just rambling now. Sounds like she's coming back.
Okay, I'm gonna look in here.
Okay.
And then I don't know. We might just not have an extra pair. I should have planned for this, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You know, I thought of everything else. I did do your makeup.
Oh god.
What?
Goths own orange and white cats. I don't have an orange and white one. I have a tortoiseshell and a gray tabby cat. Can I still be in the goth club?
What?
You have an orange and white cat.
I do have an orange and white cat. I don't have a black cat though.
No, somebody said goth owns orange and white cats.
Ooh. I'm gonna go look one more spot.
Okay. She's gonna go look in one more spot, so that means I'm in charge of entertaining Bill the Puppet Popcorn Bucket. I don't know what that one is. I don't know what to do. I'm really goth. Look at my lips are so purple. My eyes. She has these like cool stamps. Boop. Kind of the wing. The wing. I don't know how to help here. I don't know what to do to find headphones. It's not my area. Yeah, I don't know. She abandoned me. And I just cleaned out my backpack, so I don't have any on me either. Oh, the
I have a plan B.
Okay, what's your plan B?
Okay, I think we can do it if we just play the volume low.
Okay, well, can we do... that's the only pair you have?
Yes.
I was gonna say, okay, then let's do that. Because I was gonna say we could
Okay.
I did a really bad job while you were away.
I'm sure you were great.
I'm surprised nobody left, because...
Well, actually, no one's watching right now.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Oh, great, cool, okay.
Okay.
I got this at Target, like 15 years ago.
It's adorable.
Thank you.
I kind of feel like you already have a goth vibe, do you?
Do I?
Yeah.
I'm so smooth.
Okay. So, I'm going to just turn it on away from the microphone. There are better ways to do this. But I'm going to turn the microphone down.
Okay.
And... Okay, I think that's... Yeah, I'm going to mute the desktop audio. I think that's actually going to be okay, as long as it doesn't come through the microphone. What do you think of that?
I say let's give it a go.
Let's give it a go. Okay, are you ready?
So ready.
This is gonna blow your freaking mind. We got red vines.
We got red vines.
We
I told them all about our popcorn and our...
Let's not be those people who open up the red vines during the movie.
No, you have to wait till there's like an explosion or something.
Ah. Yeah, I'm sorry guys for the lack of professionalism with my headphones. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Denisha. All right. Oh my gosh, yeah. I actually have a whole bunch, I think, in my suitcase from the last time I did fly. I think this is going to be fine.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? So if you're watching with us on Amazon, I just posted a link. Here's another link. And yeah, and use that link and you can... Wait, that's not the link. That's not the link. That's the link to the stream you're watching. This is the link. The watch party link for Amazon. You know, things are professional here, guys. I don't know what they've been telling you on other streams, but stupid professional and goth. Very professional. All right,
I think you have to be goth to be a true professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to start the movie. If you are watching it like on your own Blu-ray or whatever, I'm going to give you a little countdown. You ready? Here we go. So it's going to be like Wayne's World. It's like 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. I'm so excited. I wish I would have seen this in the theater, but I was too young.
You were what, 10, 12?
When this came out?
Yeah.
I was 13.
Okay. What year was it?
1984.
I was 8.
Oh my god! I bet you were just, oh my god, I accidentally paused it. Whoops. Oopsie. Oh, Strange Monkey's here! This movie is rad, guys. I hope you guys are watching with us. Let me know if you can hear everything okay. Obviously, you can't hear the movie. We don't want you to hear the movie because I don't want to get it cut down. But you can hear the movie, yes?
I can hear it.
Good.
Can we also put on subtitles?
Oh, yeah! So October 30th, Devil's Night. Shoot.
Right
Subtitles.
Right there. Yeah, that one.
Oh, totes.
Thank you. That will help me a lot.
Oh, shit. I paused it again.
No, you didn't. It's okay. We're at 56. 57.
Okay.
58.
Okay.
59.
I think this is like a little bit of early computer graphics here, but it's not like the whole movie. This movie's got such a vibe to it, though, because even though it's set, I think it's set in Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, they're playing us at the store. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody at the time capsule.
But sometimes something so bad happens that a terrible
Brandon was 1 in 94.
Just a baby.
and sometimes,
Can you hear it okay?
Yeah.
sometimes God could bring that soul back to put the wrong things right.
Ernie Hudson. He's so good in this. I feel like I'm making a weird chewing face.
I kind of am too. I think it's because of the lipstick, for me at least. But it's like not going anywhere.
Ernie Hudson's such a boss, dude.
He was in Ghostbusters?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
Here's Winston.
So, would you
Horror Cat Dad.
put this in like the same kind of vibe as like Spawn?
A little bit in that it's kind of hard to categorize. You know, like a lot of people can put this in like with horror, and I think it's, you know, the face paint and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it put with action, and there are a lot of fight scenes.
Okay.
It's got, I don't know, it's got so many different elements to it. It's really hard to categorize.
I'm just trying to like compare it to something that like I've seen and I'm familiar with. Like, what is it adjacent to? So far, I'm getting Spawn vibes. But we'll see how it goes.
That's a good question for the chat. How would you classify this? Like, what would
Yeah.
you compare it to? Like, is there something to it that you think is similar to it?
Yeah. Something that I've seen.
Boris. I've never seen the Crow TV series. I've heard it's awful, Stairway to Heaven. I have seen the sequel to this, which I like, Crow City of Angels. Not crazy about the other ones, though.
I'm talking to Danny, we're talking about the other day, and like Edward Furlong is in one again.
He's in Wicked Prayer. That one's like, it's kind of so bad it's good.
The Lost Boys. face is
So
wet.
this little girl, this is like the only movie she's been in. She was in one movie not too long ago, but she's so, like, she seems so authentic. She doesn't seem like an actor.
This little girl?
Mm-hmm. Like, she doesn't seem like she's an actor at all. Like, she seems like a real kid. So this is Shelly. And she's obviously in bad shape.
Yeah.
So this is like kind of our prologue to the story.
So Time Capsule TV says it's kind of like Lost Boys. Trash Picture Show says kind of close to Tim Burton's Batman with a sharper edge. Okay.
Honestly, yeah, I think Batman is probably your best example.
Okay.
It is a lot like Batman as far as you've got action, you've got a guy who's kind of like in a costume. It's a lot darker.
Okay.
I think a lot more gothic.
Okay.
Lost Boys is very upbeat and more of a horror comedy.
Mm-hmm.
It also has kind of like Sin City vibes, I think,
Okay.
a little bit.
I love Sin City. We have the popcorn right here too.
Ooh, popcorn. Oh, we're using the Scream popcorn tab for the first time ever.
Oh, I accidentally hit a button.
Okay, so now it's 1 year later. And there is a lot more to this movie that I've never seen. You just hear about it. Like, a whole character got cut out that was played by Michael Berryman, who actually is, he's like a man on a horse, like a bringer, like, you know, he's kind of like an angel of death type. You know,
Okay.
he brings Eric back, but his whole character was cut out. Yeah, Tony Todd's in this too. Can you hear it?
Mm-hmm. So is this little girl, is she the narrator?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go deal with the dogs really quick. Kaden, honey. Package was delivered and the dogs are so excited.
They gotta do their
That's
job.
it. Thank you, Trash Patricia, the Skull Cowboy. Thank you. Yeah, I've always wanted to see if they ever filmed any footage of that because I think it sounds really cool. And even the score of this is really good. I just think she's so cool, like skateboarding in the rain. Like, she's got such a vibe where she doesn't look like she's wearing a costume. Like, a lot of these movies with kids in them, they're in costumes. That looks like what she freaking wears. You know, she seems just like a real kid. Oh, thanks, Steven. I've met Tony Todd. I didn't get his autograph, though, but I did meet him at Crypticon. Tony Todd is really cool, but really intimidating. Yeah, Wicked Prayer is definitely the worst. That's like, I really, really hate it. The first time I watched it, I couldn't finish it, but I kind of enjoy it in like a so bad it's good way now. God, he's so cool.
Those hot dogs look really good.
I know. Look, everything in this movie to me feels like it's just got great atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
No onions, okay?
I would put onions on a hot dog.
They make you fart.
This is the movie that taught me that onions make you fart. Like, I didn't eat onions for a year.
Oh my
And I
goodness.
still
I
farted.
love onions. When I lived in Seattle, they do cream cheese and onions. It sounds so weird, but I promise it's so good.
I just had a friend tell me that she mixes tuna fish with Fruit Loops, so anything.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
That sounds disgusting. Oh no.
So this is Devil's Night. The night before Halloween, where the people who kind of like run this town and all the criminals and stuff, they just mess stuff up.
like
so
the Purge.
basically, yeah, kind of everything. You know, and that's what Devil's Night was a year ago when Shelly got attacked.
Oh, okay.
But they're gonna go back with that and tell you more, so it's not like you missed anything.
Okay, they'll tell me.
I'm just doing the annoying thing where I explain the movie because I feel the need to talk all the time.
No, I need to remember that because I wouldn't have remembered. Ew. Oh my god, what?
He is so good in this. So good. I really think he would have blown up after this movie and been a really big star. He is so good in this movie. Relish is great. Put all the things on my hot dog.
I'm starting to get more brave with my condiments. Like, I just recently discovered that I love a fillet of fish from McDonald's. And, like, I get fish and chips a lot, but I usually do malt vinegar. But I'm into tartar sauce these days.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but I never liked it before.
Aw, dude.
So maybe I would like a relish. So he just came out of the grave.
Yep, he was dead.
Okay.
But, and, you know, originally, like I said, there was the skull cowboy, and this is kind of implied, like, the crow kind of picks people who need to have something set right.
Okay.
That people who are in a lot of pain, who were unjustly killed.
Okay.
And the crow will bring them back. So, like, there's a lot of these novels, and there's a lot of movies, too. Like, in the second one, guy's son was killed because he saw a drug deal.
Okay.
Him and his son were killed. So there are always people where they and one of their loved ones was killed. One of the really good ones, I wish I could remember the name of it. It was a woman, her and her unborn baby were killed. But this is the original graphic novel, the original movie.
So she's like an orphan now.
She's not their kid.
Oh, okay.
Shelley said take care of Sarah because nobody takes care of Sarah.
Okay.
Her mom's a drug addict.
She's just some girl.
Her mom's a drug addict who's never ever home.
Oh, she has the same hairstyle as Doug.
Yeah, she shaved. Like, I think that became a thing because of this
Yeah.
movie, the shaving underneath. But her mom's gone all the time, so like
Okay.
that's why he buys her dinner
Okay.
because nobody makes sure she eats, and so
on her own.
she lives in. I think she lives in the same building as Shelley and Eric did, and Shelley became friends with the little girl. You'll see flashbacks of them later on. I wish they showed a little more of that because that stuff's really sweet. But yeah, they look out for her, and I think that's really cool because I think, especially with goth people, there's this kind of notion that you have to have like a bad attitude, or people have this idea of goth people as like being like really like self-absorbed and stuff. And the characters in this, if you're gonna call them goth, which I think Eric Draven is pretty freaking goth, like they're very caring people. You know, the whole reason they're hurt is because Shelley was trying to get the people who own the building to fix it because it's.
She was like a whistleblower.
Yeah, it's like a building that's in danger of being condemned, and she was looking out for her neighbors and stuff. And because she was making a fuss, they wanted to teach her a lesson.
Okay.
I make really good fish and chips, just so y'all know.
Well, you're gonna have to make it for me sometime.
I will. I'm surprised I haven't before.
I'm surprised you haven't too.
My mom says it's the best she's ever had, but
Wow.
she's biased.
But I feel like that says a lot. Like, she's had a lot of fish and chips in her life,
It's
I'm
true.
sure.
She's kind of a fish and chips hoe. I just called my mom a hoe during a
Just
stream.
calling her mama. Oh.
Yeah, Iggy Pop's in the second one. Ah, the cat. That cat was a badass. Look at that. That goes up in our best cats of all time. So you get lots of clips of like what happened to them. I think it's really sad, obviously, but it's not gratuitous in the way of something like I Spit on Your Grave.
Yeah.
They let you know what happened to her and him without really making it over the top.
Right. We don't need every...
They show you enough just to let you know what happened to them.
I don't like it. Gross.
Yeah, these guys are awful. I'm kind of jealous at how well that guy whistles.
I want to learn how to whistle.
I can't whistle like that.
Maybe that can be like a New Year's resolution.
If you have a window like that, you're going to fall out of it. I'm sorry. Like, you need to know when you're shopping for places, if it's got a window like that, eventually you or somebody in the house is going to go through it.
It's just how it goes.
Dude, he's just so badass. I think it does help that he does have a lot of martial arts background, so he makes everything look so graceful in this. I mean, obviously, he's Bruce Lee's son.
Right. Ooh, he healed.
Yeah, dude!
He has Wolverine powers.
And I will say about the guys who play the bad guys, like, I think they do a really good job. I've seen them in other things.
Or did you just swallow a bullet?
Yeah. I feel really bad for the guy who plays Sunboy, because he's the one who actually accidentally killed Brandon Lee.
That's really sad.
there was a bullet in the gun. It wasn't checked properly. That's why, these things got to be done. And unfortunately, he's the one who fired it. And he's never been able to watch the movie or forgive himself, which is not his fault.
I can only imagine. It seems like a really bad idea.
It does seem like
to
a bad idea.
swallow a bullet.
Also, how much indigestion would you get?
Oh my god. Oh god.
Tintin was Nikon in Hackers to lighten the mood up a bit. Edward Furlong, we don't even talk about it. We have erased that from my mind. I did the whole Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind with Eddie Furlong, Wicked Prayer, Nope, never happened. Never happened. As far as I'm concerned, it's this one, City of Angels, Salvation, and that's it. That's it. So that's Sarah's mom. She was at the beginning of True Romance.
I could watch Edward Furlong.
He's a terrible crow.
Is he?
I mean, the movie's terrible. The movie's so bad.
He was also in Detroit Rock City. Was that him?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that movie so much. He was
This is
good
how
in
horror
that movie.
movies start. This is also how pornos start. So obviously this face paint, iconic. I mean, so many goth kids I know did this. He's just a goth icon is what he is.
Well, because
But it's also Sting's face paint.
he's tormented, you know?
I know, and he's so sweet and cute, and he's badass. He's got all the qualities. It's like, we were talking about Prince Eric earlier. It's like goth Prince Eric.
Yes, I see that. He's dark. He's like...
And he's in a band, and I'm sorry, but that just instantly gives you
a little bit
sex
of
appeal. I dated a guy who was a total moron once, but he played guitar, and that was 80% of it.
Sometimes they can make up for a lot.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, those are pretty.
Mm-hmm. My husband doesn't play guitar, but at least he's not a moron.
See,
He
there's
knows
a
horror
trade-off.
movies.
There's always a trade-off.
It's a quality trade-off.
Yes.
Yeah, Mean Girls 2 never did happen. We might, maybe one of these days I'll watch the bad one. Maybe, I don't know. So far there's been a lot of, you haven't seen that movie? Let's watch it. Ah, this song is so good. Ah. So good. The Cure. So good. Be quiet so you can watch it.
No, that's fine.
If you're goth and you're doing your makeup, this is the song you listen to. Am I making weird Red Vine's face?
I wasn't even noticing.
Oh, the cat. The cat is respect. You see that cat?
He gets it now.
I'm cool with... At first, I was like, hey, you came here with this bird. I thought we were friends. And I was like, what the fuck? But now I'm like, bro, you're looking good. Also, the cat's white, and now he's a little more white.
Yeah.
Because the cat was already kind of goth and pale.
Right.
And now Eric's more goth and pale.
I get it.
So I feel like
where
he
you're
feels
going
like,
with that.
hey, we're simpatico now. Because before I was super goth and you were goth.
The cat's top tier goth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crap. It's probably fake. Another person. Jeez.
That guy looks familiar.
The guy with the dreads?
Yeah.
He's Nikon and Hackers. He's probably in other stuff. That's what I know him from. Hackers is good.
I have only seen that also once, and it's been a very long time.
Well, at least you've seen it.
Yes,
I feel like he is in something else too, but that's what I think of. You guys know. Let us know in the chat.
Yeah, please.
Ass. Chrome dome. Child molesting. Sacrifice. Close your gate when you go out.
Yeah.
Closes up for you real good, massa.
These guys are horrible people.
Yeah, they're all gross.
Ugh. The soundtrack's so good. See, this is why I wasn't that great at being goth, because I get very excited about things.
You can't be excited when you're goth. You have to be.
You're really not supposed to be. But that's why I told you, people would always be like, you're like a happy goth, like Lydia from the cartoon, the Beetlejuice cartoon. So it's like,
I love that cartoon.
I don't think I'm that good at being goth. Look, I think this is where he invents parkour.
Parkour.
Parkour!
free running. Isn't that what they call it? Something like that?
I don't know. Parkour.
Parkour.
The crow's just like... This is where the phrase "as a crow flies" actually came from.
Oh, is it?
It actually was invented in this movie. Don't look that up.
1994.
Don't look that up,
Never
but
said
it is a
before
fact. It is a fact. Ah, this is so good. I will give a shout out to my friend Lee from Drum Dums. He did a really great, him and another YouTuber recreated this song, and it was so cool.
Cool.
I love this song. Which, by the way, Nine Inch Nails, the soundtrack's killer, dude.
Crow's like, look, there's somebody.
So
Ooh,
check it.
They can like see.
Yeah,
through
he
each
can
other's
see through the
eyes.
crow's eyes. What?
That's cool.
How cool is this, right? Pretty much your new favorite movie.
Get this.
My homecoming dress, I remember the year this came out, I had a little button on it of the crow.
Ooh.
It's because I had like a dress, but I had like a little leather jacket
Yeah.
with it, and it had a little crow button.
I love that he just lit his cigarette. with
Ah,
a
he's so
barrel.
cool! Oh, I can't highlight that one. Thanks, Jason! Maybe I can over here. Nope, I can't.
Weird.
You all painted up, crackhead, huh?
This is also one of those movies where I know every line of dialogue, which is kind of embarrassing.
That's why I'm the Little Mermaid.
Me too.
If you want to watch it with me,
Like-
you're gonna have to deal with me talking over it the whole time. And Lord of the Rings.
He's like covered in mud and crap, and his face being so runny, he still like looks badass. Between you two, would you pick the Crow or John Wick for what? If it's a goth off, obviously the Crow. So, just as a movie, I like the Crow a lot better. I like John Wick, but
John
I like
Wick
the Crow
is,
so much
like
better.
overwhelming. I mean, he just kills so many people, and it's warranted. They killed his dog. I would do the same thing,
you know
but
what they say? Guns don't kill people. John Wick kills
John Wick
people
kills people
with guns. Pow!
Story. A man and woman in law a year ago. Motherfucking mom. Listen!
Uh-oh.
You killed them.
Hey, Red Vine. Helps me with the stressful parts.
Some dude, some bitch, whatever. Her name was Shelley. You cut her. You raped her. Shelley. Yeah, I shanked her pink ass and she loved it.
Ooh, I wonder if I can use this as a strap.
there you go. Okay.
It's a lot of wine at once, but yeah.
I always forget with Lambrusco that
I'm
it's,
an adult.
That it's bubbly.
It's a little bit of the bubbly. I treat you right here.
Yeah, you do. Thank you. You do.
Nothing but the best for my friends.
Nothing but the best.
So this guy, he's like the knife guy. But, oh my god, you just want all these guys to fucking get it. It also kind of like, I'm surprised this was never made into a video game. Because it's structured like a video game. He goes one by one after all of them.
Danny said yesterday the second one was made into a video game
Yeah,
for
but
the
not this one.
PlayStation, but not this one.
So he was in a band. That's his band.
Okay.
This
Rock
is
and
his
roll.
Yeah, there's some like a little bit of grunginess there.
I mean, it really makes me just want to watch Buffy.
Oh, dude, I love Buffy so much. Hey, my girl Jamie Hart is here. Good to see you. So nice to see you guys. It's nice to know that you want to take a break, so I come back and my friends are here.
Everybody's here.
It's like Cheers, where everybody knows your name.
And always glad you came. I have to be careful singing on
That's what she
YouTube.
said.
Gross. Gross.
Oh, did I show you? This is, like, I feel like, everyone needs to have their goth, like,
Yeah.
icon. This is it. The original Morticia.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
There's Tony Todd.
Who would my goth icon be?
Who is your goth
I
icon?
don't know. My dad watched The Munsters a lot. What
Lily
was the-
Munster?
Yeah.
It's a good one. I feel like goth is just suiting you. I think this is just who we are now.
It is. It's
Whoa, look at her butt. Sorry, there's a butt on TV.
lady butt.
There's part of me that's still always going to be impressed when I see nudity in movies. Like, whoa. Like, I remember my brothers and I saw Species at the movie theater. We're like, there were boobs in that movie.
In which movie?
Species.
Oh, I haven't seen that one either.
Shit, there's boobs in it.
There's boobs. How can you go wrong?
Michael Wincock. He is so cool.
Who's he? What was
They're
he from?
creepy. He's done lots of stuff. He was more recently in Nope.
Oh, okay.
So they creep me out. They're like half siblings, but they're kind of into each other.
Ew.
Yeah. But I mean, it's supposed to make you like really hate them. Cause like, ew, like you can love your sister, but don't love your sister.
There's boob in this too.
But they do a really good job of making you truly hate these people. Like at first you're like, this guy's got really cool hair. I want to hang out with him. And then you're like, oh no, he's a total piece of crap. I hope he gets it. And you're like, oh, she seems cool. She's got a neat tattoo and stuff. And then you're like, ew, she's like cutting out girls' eyes. Like, what up?
Yeah, that's not cool.
Who would be our norm in Cheers? I feel like, Brandon, you're the norm.
You're the norm.
Yeah. I
I
saw Super God Party and I was like, yep, I'm down. That's why you get me, Jamie. You just get me. How's Danny doing? He's doing great. Sarah's cool. So, little goth. I have lots of goth tricks for you guys if you're curious. One thing I used to do, you get fishnet panties, you know, like tights. You cut out the crotch, and then you cut holes in the feet, and then you wear it as a shirt.
Oh, that's cool. Like a over, like with like a bright pink. Well, no, that would.
You gotta wear it with black.
Black.
You're not learning.
I was gonna say like a bright pink sports bra underneath,
I don't have any dogs.
but that's more like.
So there's your mom.
Oh, I see.
Some food, huh? Somebody already bought.
Because we can always count on you being here, and you're reliable, and you're our friend. Why is he Norm?
I don't know. I haven't seen Cheers in so long.
Your husband says you look beautiful as a goth.
Thank you. Thank you. I told him, I was like, watch out because I might like it. This might be what I do from now on. So be careful.
Yeah, I agree, Jamie. Definitely cast very well.
Hey, piss off. We're closed.
I think her name's Mia Sarah. She plays Sarah in part 2. She's really good too. But unfortunately, this girl didn't do a whole lot of other movies.
That's a bummer.
Creatures in the night, they never learn.
Like, what primer is he using to keep all that makeup on?
I don't know because he was rolling around in the mud with it
I know,
too.
right?
It's really doing its job.
I heard a tap as of someone.
See, that's sexy.
He's doing Edgar
He's
Allan
read.
Poe.
He's read poems. All right.
Quoth the raven, nevermore.
He was rapping.
You owe me
Oh my gosh, Lee's here. Lee loves this movie. Lee, I mentioned to you earlier how you and one of your friends played the song The Cure does in this, which is awesome. He says, Gory, love The Crow so much, more than just a movie for me. I agree. This movie, it's one of those movies that, like, I feel like shaped my life, you know, being a goth kid in high school. But yeah, this one's really important. And a lot of movies I feel like that we love growing up, like you kind of revisit them as an adult and you're like, huh. But this is one that I still love, that I still like, I feel like it's still effective.
Yeah.
You know, like The Craft, which I showed you last time.
Yeah.
Some of them they just are timeless for you.
Because like we didn't watch a ton growing up, there's some that like I watch now and I'm like I can see how that was meaningful at the time, and there's somewhere like I just don't get it, and it's kind of one of those where like you kind of had to be there. Like Nightmare Before Christmas, I don't get it. Like it's beautifully done, it's an art piece, but I don't get like the
I think
why everybody's into it
I think
so
the one
much.
that I don't get anymore is I loved Supergirl as like a little kid, like 6 years old.
Supergirl,
Oh my god, loved it. So much so that when I saw it on DVD as an adult, I bought it and I went home and watched it. I'm like, oh,
It is
past
not good.
Gory, you did me wrong.
Why
This is
did I
bad.
love this?
But this one holds up.
Yeah.
It holds up really well. Ernie Hudson is so good. I've met him, by the way. He is a total class act.
Nice.
Real sweetheart.
Love it.
I told him that my son is a massive Ghostbusters fan, and he loves Winston. Because Winston's like he's the most relatable character because he is not one of the scientists. Like,
Right.
He's just a guy who loves the city.
Yeah.
And it's funny about my son, and he wrote an autograph, saying you're a real Ghostbuster, which
Yeah.
is kind of funny because I like the cartoon. So he's real sweet.
That's cute.
Hasn't aged a day.
Yeah. So was he here looking for?
He wants his rings back.
Like wedding rings?
Yeah.
Or-
Well, they were engaged.
Oh.
They were going to get married on Halloween the next day.
Oh.
So this was the night before Halloween. So the next day they were supposed to get married. But when they murdered them, they took their rings and pawned them. But there's a really good line coming up here that I really like. So I'll be quiet so you can watch it. If you guys are just tuning in, remember you can use that Amazon link and watch along with us. Let's see where we're at in the movie. We are at 30 minutes and 7 seconds.
Now you're gonna tell me where to find the rest of King Tim's little party map.
Okay, they all hang out at the pit. Little T-Birds, little potato heads hang out there. Fun boy, he lives there upstairs, all right? Fun boy.
A whole jolly club. Jolly pirate nickname.
Hold still. Each one of these is a life.
A life you helped destroy.
Come back, my friend. Don't kill me.
I'm not gonna kill you. Your job will be to tell the rest of them death is coming for them. Tonight.
I don't know if this would actually work, but I like the symbolism.
Yeah, I get that.
Because I like that he's seeing that it's not just him and his fiance who are hurt. Like, each one of those is a life.
Yes.
And that guy just paid cash, So even though he wasn't actually there to commit the crime, like, he's complicit.
He profited and he, I'm sure, perpetuated.
Exactly. And where they live, like, it's just, the crime has just run overkill. Like, the cops aren't doing anything. Ernie Hudson's character is doing the best he can, but he is just he got demoted to be. Like, they talk about that a little bit later. I would love to see an extended cut of this movie sometime, because there are a lot of really great scenes, especially like some of the flashbacks, and there's a few I've seen deleted scenes, but I feel like there's a lot more in this movie that got cut out. But it is really good, and I don't know if we necessarily need a remake, but if we're getting one, explore some of that stuff.
Yeah.
I hope we get to see maybe the Skull Cowboy,
I said don't.
They could do a
maybe
good
explore
job
the
with
cop
it.
more. I would also love to see more of Eric and Shelley's relationship.
Yeah, because it's you have a hard time, like you get why you're supposed to care, obviously, but we never saw them together, so it's hard to be like, well,
We only see them in flashbacks. I do know from interviews that they're going to show a lot more of their relationship. And I also want to see more of Shelley. I mean, she seems like a really good person. She's trying, even though she knows it's really bad.
Yeah.
She's going against really scary guys
Yeah.
to do the right thing for the people in her building.
yeah,
And in her city. And she's standing up against people. And that takes a lot of bravery.
yeah,
And I think that makes her, even though she gets so little screen time, like a really heroic character in her own
Absolutely.
right.
absolutely.
You also find out how much pain she went through.
Yeah.
Like, she held on for 30 hours, I believe. I could be wrong. But, taking care of Sarah and stuff, she's such a selfless person. I really hope that character gets more exploration and more screen time in the remake. If we're going to get one, give us something we don't already have. Because this movie, to me, is pretty damn near perfect. So give me something I don't already have.
They're all dead. They just don't know it yet.
Do it, Bill.
And I feel for him, too. Like, I want more of him, because it's got to be hard to be an honest cop in this city.
Yeah,
He's so good, though.
I like his music. It's jazzy.
It's got kind of this film noir vibe to it, which is why I mentioned Sin City.
Yeah.
A little bit of that.
Like a mime from hell and
Mime from hell. I actually am terrified of mimes. I've gotten over my spider fear, so mimes and claustrophobia are about, you know, the two big ones with me now. But
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of Eric Draven. Eric Draven, he's all the good feelings.
I have a clown fear, for sure.
It's specifically fucking mimes.
It's so funny because, like, I don't find mimes scary at all.
Fucking hate
I
mimes.
kind of think mimes are kind of cool.
Hate mimes.
But I don't like a clown. I don't get it.
Oh, look at this. They're being all weird.
Yeah, they're
Oh, Brandon wants to know, are we planning on seeing The Beekeeper or Mean Girls?
What's the beekeeper?
The Beekeeper, it's got a new Jason Statham movie. He is a beekeeper, and then he's also kind of like a hitman, from what I understand. I haven't seen
That
it.
sounds fun.
I've heard it's very, like, if you like 90s action movies, like Face Off
I
and stuff.
love Face Off.
So I think I would enjoy that.
Okay.
And I definitely want to see the Mean Girls musical.
Yeah. Watch both of them.
Gideon's horn.
Oh my God, Jamie, I love Barbarian. I actually have an autograph from the mother
That movie was
up
so
on the
messed
wall.
up.
Barbarian. That was like my favorite of that particular year. And Zach Krieger's coming out with another horror movie in 2024. So I will watch anything he makes now. That man, seriously, like, hair goals.
Very much. so.
Dirtbag person, but hair
He
goals.
looks like he's like out of like Highlander or something.
He could be.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, I'm just so jealous. I've never had good hair.
You can have hair like that.
I cannot have hair like that.
Yeah, you could.
You can't.
Yeah, you could.
No.
Catastrophe. After God.
His hair is fine. It's just
His hair's
really
so pretty.
long and healthy.
I could have hair like Tony Todd if I shaved it. So what are we thinking so far? You liking it?
I like it. Mm-hmm.
Sweet. We can still be friends.
Yeah. It's like, you know, when like you haven't seen something and you build it up so much in your mind, like you think that it's going to be one way and it's like almost intimidating. It's not as intimidating as I thought it was going to be.
Like, it's billed as kind of like an action movie, but it's not. I feel like it's kind of a disservice to call it that. Because there's so
It's
much more to it.
Definitely more like a noir situation.
I think so, yeah. It's more like a noir.
It definitely gives me the same vibes as Spawn.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I couldn't
She's so
Butt
cute!
face.
I love her. And I love that even though he's on this mission, he still takes time for her.
I like surfing and skating. I wish the rain was
Like, because she doesn't have anybody.
No.
Rain all the time.
He's got this mission, but he's still taking
has to
time out for
help her.
her. So, like, I mean, I think these things are what make him a hero. Not the fact that, you know, he's killing all these people and stuff, which, you know, it's your typical action movie thing, but the fact that, you know, he's looking out for these people who have nobody looking out for them.
Yeah.
And just like Shelley did.
Yeah. That's why they get to come back, because they care for people.
Yeah, I think so. And I like Sarah's role in the second movie too. The movie gets a lot of hate, but I really like her in that. She's
okay.
played by a different actress, but
Okay.
she's an adult in that one, and she helps the new girl.
Okay.
I
She's
like
like,
that
"I've been
movie.
here before."
It's not as good as this one, obviously. This movie, I think, is just damn near perfect. He's so cute. Ugh.
He is pretty cute. He is pretty cute.
And if I remember correctly, I believe he's buried with his dad in Seattle.
Oh, I
his
think
dad
that's
is buried
right.
in Seattle. I'm
One
pretty
of
sure
them is, yeah.
his dad is for sure. Bruce Lee's buried in Seattle. I'm pretty sure he's there too.
You didn't get that file from me, okay? And don't tell me you owe me.
It's sad though that they were both taken so young, so incredibly talented. It's just sad because, like, especially when you watch the interviews, you can see how special this was to him, and I just, I think he would have really been recognized as a great talent, like more so than he was, you know, and had a really special career after this.
Yeah.
Plus, you know, like, you know, the movie's dedicated to him and his fiance.
Yeah.
And, you know, it just makes it, I think, you know, even more sad.
Yeah,
Like,
there's,
he
like-
had his whole life ahead of him.
There's like 4 layers of sadness here.
Uh-huh.
This is like messed up.
It's really messed up. I feel like it does a good job of not sugarcoating anything, not making drug news or anything look glamorous. This movie looks dirty as fuck.
It's disgusting.
But at the same time, I feel like it's not showing too much to where it makes it too hard to watch.
Right. I agree with that. Like, it's not like stomach turning, but it is
like they didn't show you the graphic rape scene. I don't need to see that to know that she was raped.
Nope.
And they're doing drugs and stuff here, but they're not gratuitous.
I agree with that.
It's a squab.
Was he involved in the killing?
Unfortunately, this is the scene where he was killed.
No, that was he, like...
Oh, in the flashback? Yeah.
Yeah.
They all raped her.
Okay.
And
But I was
beat
just
her.
trying, I was like, I didn't recognize
And then,
him.
I can't remember which one shot her. I think T-Bird shot Eric.
Okay.
Unfortunately, where he gets shot here is where he actually died.
That's so sad.
Which I feel bad mentioning that because I don't want to ruin the movie for you guys. It is really sad. Obviously, they don't show the exact part where he dies. That's not in the movie. But a lot of people think it's the scene where he's on the table towards the end. That is not it. They did a really good job of finishing the movie. I'm glad they finished it because this movie meant so much to Brandon Lee. I think was the right thing to do.
Yeah, it would have been like a dishonor.
But they had already filmed a lot of the rest of the movie, and then what they needed, they used doubles for.
Yeah.
Seriously fucked up.
Jason, Danny's favorite horror movie is Evil Dead 2. I think the CGI still looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Stop me, Fury, this one.
That woman who plays her mom is in my favorite movie. One of my favorite movies, True Romance. She's in the very beginning.
Oh. I haven't seen that movie in a long time either.
So good. A lot of my favorite movies are not horror movies like that and Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Did you ever fucking die?
You put me up for the night?
See, and he's got cheesy dad jokes too. What is not to love about Eric Draven?
Does that hurt?
Look what you've done to my sheets.
Oh my god. He's such a douchebag.
What do you say?
Look what you've done to my sheets.
Oh my god. Please.
But I do like I feel like in a lot of these movies they just kill everybody related to it, and he only kills the people who were directly involved, who were murderers. She's not a murderer. She's kind of a garbage person, but she's not a murderer.
Yeah, so he's not gonna take advantage.
These people are irredeemable. But even the pawn shop guy, he's a garbage person, but he's not irredeemable.
Yeah.
He's almost trying to be like, hey, think about what you did.
Yeah.
But don't worry, you did not see the scene where that happened. They did not put that in the movie.
That's good. Go home.
I'm eating all of our red vines. Next time I need to buy the snacks. I'm eating all the
No,
snacks.
it's totally fine.
This is what happens. Her and I see movies all the time, and she buys all the snacks, and I
It's
just
the
feel bad.
one thing I can contribute. It's totally fine.
And this is a good scene.
God on the lips and hearts of all children. Do you understand?
Ew.
He's pushing the drugs out of her system. Because she just shot up.
Oh.
So he pushed the morphine out of her.
Oh.
Your daughter is out there on the streets waiting for you.
Go to her.
You said it so goth just then.
Did I? Yeah. I'm a professional. Go to
But
her.
I mean, that's one of those things I didn't think about when I first saw this movie. Because like I said, I was 13 when this movie
Yeah.
came out. But now that I am a mom, that's true. When you have a child, you're a mom.
Yeah.
Your children, you are the most important thing in the world to them.
Yeah. So
You know,
why would you not?
You are in their universe. You're God. You created them. You're everything to them. And so it's a big responsibility. And I didn't understand that when I first saw that. But that's what he's telling her. Like, hey, you've got a very big role in this little girl's life.
Yep.
You can make her break,
Everything.
who she ends up becoming.
Yeah.
You're either going to be, you know, a great asset to her or something she has to survive.
Mm-hmm.
So I really think that's great.
I agree.
All right. Burn yourself.
This movie has a lot of heart to it.
Mm-hmm.
You have an appointment.
Well, shit on me.
He says that a lot.
He does say that a lot. But I also like, I mean, I'm singing the movie's praises.
Yeah.
But I feel like everybody has a unique way of speaking.
Yeah. Shit on me.
So we haven't gotten there yet. First time I saw this movie, I rented it from Blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
Watched it with my mom. And on VHS.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one line in here, I can't remember what she was drinking, but I do remember she spat it out because she was laughing so hard. When we get there, I will let you know.
Oh, he's not dead yet.
Yeah, Tony Todd, before he did Candyman, I think The Rock was before Candyman, but he's in this, and I feel like he plays a very similar role in The Rock, where he gets, like, torpedoed. But yeah, he played a lot of, like, guys who work for big bad guys.
Like a liaison, like a henchman.
Henchman,
Yeah.
but like a higher up one.
Yeah.
See, he leaves
Oh
a crow
my
symbol everywhere.
God.
I love that he still has the hat on.
In his underwear.
I'm kind of feeling it, dude.
Maybe
Like,
it's a really comfortable
you could-
hat.
You can leave the hat on.
Ooh.
Don't ever do that, man.
I'm surprised a man in his underwear.
Right? And his cop hat.
Good likeness.
So your body.
But the production design looks so good too. Like that looks like a lived-in place.
Mm-hmm. It does.
You still have your hat on.
That reminds me of the end of Rocky. Rocky's last line in the movie Rocky. Where's your hat?
I have never seen Rocky.
I just watched it for the first time
Oh,
recently.
fun.
Say, are you some kind of ghost?
Yeah.
Yep. He wants to possess your body so he can make out with Demi Moore.
I haven't seen that movie either.
Next, we're watching Heather. So
Okay, yes,
Don't
we
push
are.
me.
Yes.
Took a 6-story swan dive. out.
Said do not disturb when I'm cleaning my
She,
room.
beaten and raped. Died at the hospital. Hey, you ask, man. I mean, come on, read the file. Shelley Webster. How long for 30
Do you need more
hours
wine?
intensive
No,
care.
I'm okay, thank you.
Body finally just gave it up.
We're drinking wine because it's the most goth beverage I could think of, except for maybe absinthe, but it's not legal here.
And that doesn't sound very good. This is good. This is good and
Oh.
spooky.
So this is important what he's doing.
Okay. Oh, he's seeing like what's in his head.
Mm-hmm.
So many powers.
Anyway, it's important.
Yeah.
You okay?
I saw her. I saw her through your eyes. You stayed with her the whole time.
I understand something, right?
I'm also thinking about making you watch Frankenhooker just because it's after this we might need something lighter.
Yes.
Something I could work with.
This movie, I love it, but it is heavy.
Yeah.
I love a man who has a basketball and a trombone on his couch. Like everything I need to know about your personality right there.
Like he's a
What happened to you?
cop in like a miserable, corrupt city. When does he have time to play the trombone? And also, I saw no basketball hoops in the city.
Well, they also show like that picture there of him and a woman, his wife.
Oh yeah. So that was like from his before.
That and more.
He's getting a divorce. So, I mean, he could have a kid or something.
Maybe. Like a custody.
But again, for the remake, this is what I want. Like, why does he have the basketball and the
Yeah.
trombone? Does he have a child? Does
he
he,
have
is he
hobbies?
grieving not having a child now that he's
Yeah.
getting a divorce? Maybe he thinks his chance of being a father's gone.
Yeah.
So, he's such a great character. I'd love to see more of this character.
You shouldn't smoke these.
His teeth are so white.
They'll kill you.
That's the hardest thing about wearing black lipstick is it makes your teeth look yellow.
It just enhances it.
You vanish into thin air again?
I thought I
He has beautiful hair, too.
It really does. It's all wavy.
Just a beautiful, beautiful man.
I'm sorry as hell for what happened to you.
Rennie Hudson, just beautiful, too. Jamie likes Heathers. Jamie, you and I were like separated at birth, I swear. She said she was an 80s teen and saw it in the theater when it came out. So very.
Ooh, fun.
I love Fuck Me Gently with a Chainsaw.
Is that in that movie?
It's a oh my god, that movie's so quotable.
Fourth-floor window like he had wings.
Musicians. Like, he's so despicable, but he's still a really good villain.
I mean, what do I get? My livelihood got flushed away and went swirling. You ain't lost everything. Yeah. And maybe you're not such a big shotty. Jesus.
Red Vine?
Yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna have this Red Vine.
Okay. Ew!
His sister's obsessed with eyeballs.
That's so gross.
Tell me this thing is real.
She's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Sometimes more useful to people and bears.
Whoa.
Directly out of your fucking mind.
Swords.
I feel like every goth kid I knew in high school had a sword of some sort. And it's like, what are you gonna do? You ain't no hobbit. You're not going to Sauron.
You never know.
Maybe. Dusty has a sword. I ain't never seen him use it.
We had a katana for a while.
I have a Rambo knife.
Oh, there you go.
A lot of detail. What do you say? He had a Berwin. Nearly picked my face off. He told me to tell T-Bird that death was on its way.
Who's T-Bird?
T-Bird is the guy who does the good whistle.
Oh, okay.
His name is Eric Reagan.
T-Bird's kind of
Relax that thing
the
now.
highest henchman.
Okay.
Birdman just happened to let you live, huh? You sure you ain't making all of this up just to save your own ass? I ain't making all this up. I ain't twisted like you two fucks.
She had red wine too.
Mm-hmm. Red wine is like the most goth beverage.
The most goth.
Wine is
Mhm.
butter. Awful touchy.
I kind of feel like the bird should have a name.
We'll call him Boris.
Like Boris.
Sakes, jive.
Boris. He's so cute.
He is cute. We're gonna let Boris sit here with us.
Yeah, he can hang out.
One boy said he saw a blackbird too.
Ooh, I love Jawbreaker. And actually, when I played roller derby, my team was the Jawbreaker, so we watched that movie like all the time together. But yeah, in the 90s, I was kind of like, that was like the 90s callback to Heathers. And then the 2000s gave us Mean Girls. So you gotta have this scene, because, you know, he was a musician, and we don't actually see like him do a lot of musician-y things. But, you know.
Yeah.
Why he has time to sit and have a guitar solo, I don't know. You know, I'm not back from the dead.
He's brooding.
He is brooding. Brooding, like, especially in the 90s, like, that was, like, you needed to do that
Yeah.
to be sexy. I mean, even in, like, the Twilight era.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean,
Yeah.
best brooding dude ever, Angel. Ah, you get me!
Yes, the king of it.
Angel. I love Angel so
I
much.
mean-
Are you Buffy and Spike or Buffy Angel?
You're not gonna like what I have to say. Buffy Riley.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just glad you didn't say Spike.
No, not Spike. No.
Hey, Phil's Creepy Vids! So she's playing his record.
I see. I see.
I think the crow looks really good, because obviously that can't be a real bird.
No,
I think maybe parts of it are.
but not all of it for sure. Raphael from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, also very good at brooding.
Yes, like in the movie where he's all like, oh, I'm doing ninja stuff on the roof of this building.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's like, you know, kind of hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
No joke.
He's the coolest turtle.
Well, Donatello is, actually.
it's-
You're wrong.
it's
You're
Raphael.
wrong, but it's fine because you're young, so it's fine.
It's Raphael. I do think I'm the only person who likes Raphael. Every time I ask anybody who their favorite turtle is, it's never Raphael.
The brother of mine that you dated liked Raphael the best.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my
fair.
husband likes Raphael the best.
Okay.
You like Danny? He's cool.
Yeah, I do. I feel like when I asked him, that wasn't his answer.
Danny?
Yeah.
No, Danny likes Raphael.
Smokes and road beers. Be quick.
I always was confused with that because when I saw this, I was like, "Isn't it illegal to drink and drive?"
Yes,
I didn't realize that they were just that bad.
They don't care.
It's like, how can you have a road beer? 13-year-old me was not understanding that. Oh my God, we're getting to my mother's favorite line in this.
Okay. They're breaking the law.
These glasses I've had since like
I like
99
them.
or 2000. My mom got them for me. They used to have candles in them.
Oh,
I've had these a long time.
very pretty.
Always check the back seat.
Unless you're a bad guy.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
I'm your passenger.
I will say, I don't know the actor's name, but the guy who plays T-Bird is a really good actor. I think he is one of the better actors of the villains. I actually don't know his name, though.
All this happy horse shit.
That guy's really good, too. I just enjoy him as, like, comic relief. But I think they do a good job of they each having their own personality.
Yeah.
They don't feel like disposable villains. They're all memorable in the film. That's it! My mother heard that 1994. I can't remember what she was drinking, but she dropped it and spat it out. She was like, ass hair! She was dying!
That's a pretty good one.
So now I cannot, like, watch that part without dying laughing. I was probably way too loud. I'm so sorry.
Stupid ass here, you hit my car.
So Phil has a very good question for you. If you could have lunch with any actor, actress, living or dead, who would you have lunch with and why?
I have to think about it.
I have an answer. So, one of my favorite actors since the time I was a small child, like my mother could tell me, like he was in a movie that was on TV, which back in the day, like, you know, it's not going to be on, like, streaming. Would be Vincent Price. And Vincent Price famously used to have these big dinner parties. He'd invite like Roddy Piper or not Roddy Piper, the one from Planet of the Apes.
Charlton Heston.
No. He played the ape. Also Fright Night. He was invited to his dinner parties. How can I type? It's Roddy McDowell. Roddy McDowell. He'd invite tons of like big Hollywood celebrities to these really great dinner parties, and he's just such a fascinating person. I've read the book his daughter wrote about him, and I would just love, as far as, you know, especially dead actors go, and he's so handsome and so classy. Absolutely, Vincent Price.
Vincent Price. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yes, Roddy McDowell. I got it. I don't know why I was having a total brain fart, but I did find it. I should know that because Fright Night's in like my top 10 favorite movies.
Who do I love? Who do I...
Modern day, I feel like the answer I have might not be a good one.
What is it?
I'm trying to think if there's one I'd want more.
I mean, like, I used to be obsessed with Julie Andrews. Like,
somebody I would like to meet is Drew Barrymore. I've loved her
Yeah.
since forever. She's somebody who I feel like it just seems like a genuinely good person.
Julie Andrews, maybe, or... I don't know. Whenever
Another
anybody
one-
asks me about an actor, the only person I can think of is Tom Holland.
Another person who's alive that I would really like to talk to, even though I know he's not super popular, is Eli Roth, just because he is a sort of like legitimate horror historian, and all the interviews and stuff I've seen him with, he knows so much, and he seems like a really nice guy. So I could be wrong about that. I know it's a controversial choice.
I don't think it is. But what do I know? What do I know?
Does it get you sweating?
He's the first one who actually kind of pieces it together.
Okay. David Lynch or Kyle MacLachlan? That would be fun.
Those are both good.
Those are good.
There ain't no coming back.
Stephen King's another one. My brother actually has talked to him.
Oh,
Yes,
really?
He has.
Hmm.
He came to the cafe my dad owns, and
I have actually talked to Kyle MacLachlan on Instagram.
Really?
I have.
That's cool. I've talked to Tony Todd on Twitter.
Funny. Kyle MacLachlan has he does like a wine thing. He has like a wine that or at least he used to.
But I like Jamie's answers. Those are really David Lynch. Like you just want to pick his brain.
Yeah, what's going on in there?
So many body horror things.
Ew.
Right in his wiener.
Right in his wiener.
Eric, come on, my dude. He's like,
Bye.
I love how Eric has like this almost like Michael Myers, like childlike sensibility. Like, I'm in a lot of pain, I'm broody, but doesn't mean I can't have a little bit of fun.
Yeah. If we're gonna...
That 90s explosions where you know they actually blew up the damn car.
Adam Sandler.
But yeah, I think as far as like most rewarding experience, it'd probably be Drew Barrymore. She seems like a total sweetheart.
Yeah.
Look at that, it's so beautiful. I feel like I'm talking so much. I hope I'm not reading them.
No, you're
for you.
fine. You're good.
Oh, look how cool that is!
The boy and his bird.
Poe, my tarantula. I wish he would just sit on my shoulder. Like, oh, cool. I think Poe's somewhat afraid of me, which is fair. I'm a kaiju.
You are kaiju. You came from the deep and you kidnapped him.
So Tony Todd's the one who kind of figures out some important stuff here.
Okay.
Danny's home, so the dogs are excited.
Yeah, they're very excited.
In the chat, who would you like to have dinner with, living or
Yeah.
dead? I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Tell us. I literally can't think of anybody. Is that the mom?
Yes.
Look at her making breakfast.
She's like,
I can't remember.
her face.
This is like, who are you?
Wait. Love it.
No.
So what do you want now?
Hey.
You
Oh,
look,
the movie.
you look so cute.
Thank you. This is Retro Media Man, Danny Nightmare.
Danny Nightmare. Here's our men's.
Who's this? Some weirdo in your house.
Wait, which one's mine? Which girl's mine?
I know that one's mine.
Okay.
You know what they say. What you
They
go
look like
got.
sisters now, though.
Yeah, we do.
Mm-hmm.
Love girl.
Oh no! I
I
heard what
honestly
she
haven't
said.
seen
She's
it.
like, no. Over easy.
Peace.
Okay, bye.
Bye. She's like about ready to give up.
It's
But,
like, no, do it.
you know,
Be my mom.
oh, it's so cute. It's like, it's not a lot, but you get a little hope.
Yeah,
And I think it's just a really good character moment.
I agree.
It's the third hit in your hood in 24 hours. Just fished this out of the river. He's fused to his own car, but have to
Ew. Ew.
He had it coming.
Special talents. The king zig when he should zag. Case closed.
Yeah, he kind of picks things that fit each person for their deaths too. It's very considerate. Very
Yes,
thoughtful.
very mindful.
Mm-hmm.
goddamn vigilante killer knocked out scumbags left.
I'm just surprised there weren't more of these movies and not more good ones because like
movies?
there are so many
Yeah.
different stories in the Crow graphic novels.
Yeah.
Like for I mentioned, you know, there are women too, and they never did any of their stories.
Did you read any
Files from homicide, and you're saying this is just a
oh
fucking automobile
crap, what's it
accident?
called?
Come on.
Good speech.
The Neil Gaiman.
Sounded good. You can go
Sandman?
right.
Yeah, did you ever read those?
I actually haven't. I haven't seen the show either.
I read the comics and they were really good, and I definitely feel like the blending of the
Ooh,
what's
I love
going on there.
Wes Craven, Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the way that the comics go is it's like a lot of little stories where he's like involved. They
I
could
should
have
check 'em
easily done
out.
something like that with this.
I really do love this graphic novel series. Though. I think it's really good.
Yeah, read it.
Oops. Another graphic novel I really like that I have is 30 Days a Night. I think the movie did a good job with
Yeah,
that.
I haven't seen that one in a long time either. That movie had Josh Hartnett in it.
Mm-hmm.
He was dreamy.
He is so dreamy. What am I doing?
He was in something I watched recently. Oh, he was in Oppenheimer.
He was?
He was. Yeah.
I heard about that because he's been wanting
Yeah.
to work with Christopher Nolan. But Christopher Nolan was kind of upset with him because that was his first choice for Batman.
Oh.
And Josh Hartnett was like, I'm not going to do a superhero movie.
Yeah.
And so for a while there, like when Josh Hartnett tried to be in The Prestige and stuff, he's like,
No thanks.
I wanted you for Batman. So,
snub.
but it seems like,
Yeah.
they're good now.
Well, he was great in Oppenheimer. That was
I
loved
still
that
haven't
movie.
seen Oppenheimer because every time I want to watch a dance, like we got to watch that and Barbie together. And I'm just like, nobody has time for that.
No.
She's so pretty.
It took us 2 nights to watch Oppenheimer.
It's a long
It's
movie.
really long, but it's really worth it.
Of the two, even though I think David Lynch is fascinating, I probably would pick Kyle MacLachlan just because he's so funny.
Easier to talk to, and he's
especially
done
like
so
him
many
in
things.
Portlandia.
Yeah, and then he was in Sex and the City.
Mm-hmm. And I love the movie Hidden that he's in. It's so good. He basically plays an alien who's looking for this alien that jumps bodies.
Yeah,
but he's really good in it. Gabriel, that cat's so pretty. Who's feeding the cat?
He's eating rats. I bet there are
Anyone from
plenty of
Twin Peaks. I met drawing a blank on names, but the guy who played the dad of the girl who was murdered, Ray Wise, I want to say. I've met him.
Laura
I
Palmer's
love
dad.
his like weird dance in Twin Peaks.
So
Jamie, here's something my son and I always do that you would know from Twin Peaks. My son, whenever we're closing the door, he's always like, I heard about you. I heard about you. You would get that.
There's an episode at the very beginning of Twin Peaks where they're at the hotel at the lodge and they're eating dinner and the brother comes in and he brings in these baguettes with brie and butter, and that's like all I think about all the time.
Yeah. I like that she has this little scene with them. She looks like a real kid though, especially all the necklaces. That was such a 90s thing, especially a 90s goth thing.
Eric, I know you're here. I miss you. And Shelly. Get so lonely all by myself.
Oh, baby.
Hell with you. I thought you cared.
They died, sister.
That's him. That's him. But he was different. He was all painted up white like some kind of dead whore. I seen him.
Jeez Louise.
Put some rubber in, right? And he took him away. Right out of
The brie.
The brie.
Oh, Steven. It's you, buddy.
We ought to just videotape this place.
I think it's wonderful how each character speaks so uniquely though. Like he's just like, what the fuck?
He's like crazy.
Speaking for the audience here. We only have one red band left. Here.
Aw, sharing.
3 out of 4. He's working his way back to the speed freak right here.
Who is that actor in this movie?
Who?
She said David Patrick Kelly, who's the brother who brings in the brie and the butter, the sandwiches, is also in this movie.
I don't know. Jamie would know.
Jamie, tell me, who is he?
This ghost's gonna kill my ass next. This ghost's gonna kill me.
It ain't no ghost.
They have all arrived.
Watch out. We might need him.
Come on.
Pickled eggs.
It's so gross.
We made them one time, but
Yeah?
then we didn't eat them.
That sounds
It
gross.
was pretty sketchy.
I guess she's taking care of Gabriel.
Yeah.
Gabriel's the most goth. So yeah, in the 90s, we did not, like I told you this earlier, we did not put white face paint on like a lot of goths do these days because you didn't want to look like you were trying too hard. So I remember there was this goth sunscreen that was like SPF like 1,000. A lot of people did that, and you just like wouldn't go outside.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want to get any sun.
That's the effort.
I that's one thing that like helped me as a goth. I've always been really pale, so
Yeah, you're naturally.
I was like, sweet, this works for me.
Yeah.
In the goth world. I guess it's how, like, what we would have called preppy kids in high school want to be tan. Like, you wouldn't admit to tanning.
Right, or using fake tanner.
Yeah.
You just spent all your time at the beach.
He's got time for another guitar solo.
Yeah.
There is something about a guy playing guitar, though, that's just, it's hot.
I'm having a really hard time here.
I know, right? Like, all the hormones.
No, with my hair, it, like, itches.
Oh, no. Like, welcome to my world, though.
I know.
I mean, not that I know.
I don't know how you do it all the time.
Fabulous!
Yes.
Oh, this song, I love this song. This song got me into My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult, which their whole album's really great. So I used to hang out at a place, kind of this rundown, really old place. It's torn down now, called the Franklin House in high school. Got torn down when I was a freshman in high school, so I don't know if you ever went there, but really rundown building, had all these different staircases and places to go, and they'd play live music, and then upstairs they'd play CDs, and it was always Nine Inch Nails, or My Life with a Thrill Kill Cult, which is one of those places that had all these little nooks and crannies, and even if you went outside and sat on like one of the staircases, like fire emergency staircases, like you would meet all these like just different people. Like it was such a cool place.
That's fun.
I wish it was still here. There's a
Very
whole thing to try and
grungy.
say that it was so grungy.
Yeah.
But this kind of reminds me of that because like downstairs there was live music
Yeah.
and like tables, and then upstairs there was like booths, and you'd play like. I mean, you didn't see people doing drugs and shit. It was for young people.
Yeah.
They didn't serve alcohol. Oh, ask again. Who did David Patrick Kelly play in The Crow?
In The Crow.
Kind of a slight case of death. Sit down.
Oh.
And thank you guys for watching with us. I love watching watch with us movies, watch parties. But a lot of people I watch are really entertaining. So hopefully we're entertaining. I don't do a lot of. I watch a lot of them. I don't do a lot of them. But hopefully this is entertaining for you. My goal is it just feels like watching a movie with your buddies because you know we're your buddies.
We're your buddies. We're your pals.
I mean, if you'll have us.
Even if you won't, we're doing it anyways.
Yeah, we're gonna tell everybody that you're our friends.
Yeah,
so.
get used to it.
Hey, Ariel, she's watching Kablam on Paramount Plus. You know, you
I-
can watch The Crow on Paramount Plus.
Love Kablam.
What's Kablam?
It was like a sketch comedy, not sketch comedy, but like a piecemeal little show
Popcorn.
on Nickelodeon. Like
Here,
there's
you
a
hold
bunch of
the
different
Crow.
kinds of things. It was cute. Action
Popcorn.
hero.
Oh my god, it smells so
now.
good. His hair is so pretty.
It is really pretty.
But he was in, did you see Nope?
I did.
He's the filmmaker, the documentary filmmaker.
Okay. I need to watch it again.
He's the head of the Fire Boys, the one who ends up in the water in the car.
Oh, okay.
So T-Bird.
Okay, T-Bird.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you.
Devil's Night greeting cards. I had the hiccups. Dude, why are you wearing sunglasses? It ain't that bright. Says me. Former goth who would wear
Right.
sunglasses at night.
It's
Oh
a
my
thing.
god, it's not a thing anymore, but there's the Sonia Blue books. One of them's called Sunglasses at Night. It's so good. Oh! Let's check that out, Brendan. Popcorn?
Yes, please. I'm thinking about pizza later.
Oh my god, I'm so hungry.
I'm so hungry.
I hope. I feel bad because when I'm in the movie theater, not all the time, but sometimes other people eating popcorn, like when it's really quiet, it annoys me. So hopefully I'm not that person for you guys. If so, please tell me. The Avenger. The original Avenger.
The Avenger.
I did not know that, Ariel, but thanks for letting us know. He did Gods of Egypt, the director of this.
I haven't seen that either.
See, he doesn't even say he wants kill all of them. He just wants that guy.
Just the one.
He wants the people that hurt his girl.
Gosh darn it. I'm spilling popcorn all over your floor.
You're fine. I have dogs. As you know, dogs are great at picking popcorn.
That's their job.
A lot of people
She's
think
just
it's
like,
this
whatever.
scene because you got shot so much, but it wasn't.
She didn't even flinch.
Why is this guy wearing a beret?
He looks like Kurt Russell in Stargate.
Oh my god, Stargate's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! We're watching the big gunfight scene at 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 46 seconds, if you are wondering where we're at in the movie.
50, 51.
Look at him! He's dual-wielding pistols! There's Draven. He's just adorable. Love him. He's goth boyfriend goals.
Well, you have him now as a boyfriend. He's little,
I am.
he's tiny. You can put in your
Yeah.
pocket.
My new goth boyfriend. I don't think Dan's goth enough for me now.
Yeah, no.
We need new goth boyfriends.
You need to goth him up. Goth him up a little bit.
Who's your goth boyfriend? We can have Eric too. We can share him.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ah, this song's so good. The soundtrack is so good. Ariel's eating popcorn chicken and putting lemon pepper seasoning on the paper plate. That sounds
That
delicious.
sounds really good.
This is Brandon at the arcade with the shoot 'em up games.
Bam, 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 bam.
It's like those things where it's like how I feel playing shooting 'em up games. Like,
We used to play this game on the VR where you're like going on a roller coaster and you have to like shoot a bunch of things, and I felt really cool playing that one. It was really scary.
the Until Dawn?
No, this one, I don't remember what this one was called. It was just like you're just on a roller coaster.
Yeah,
and you-
Until Dawn one's like that.
Yeah, it just was different. I forget
That'd
what
be
it was
cool.
called though.
Look at all these stunts! My life throw kill colds. Like, what the fuck?
Get out of here!
So what do you think can kill him?
Completing his mission. He has to complete his mission, and then
What
he
about
gets
if you're
to
the bad guy and you want to stop him?
Well, I don't think you can.
Tony Todd figured it out.
Did he?
I agree, Jamie Hart. This isn't like my top 5 soundtracks of all time. If not, maybe never. Number one's probably Lost Boys. But this is in the top 5 for sure. This, The Craft.
The Bodyguard.
I'm not adding that to mine, but it is a good soundtrack.
Okay to be a bad guy.
This, The Craft, Lost Boys,
Okay, back there.
Bride of Chucky.
Dead.
I have not seen RoboCop or the original Total Recall. I've seen the new Total Recall, the one with Colin Farrell, but I only saw it when it
Oh
came
my
out.
god, really?
I know. I've never seen RoboCop.
I own the special 4K edition of RoboCop, like normal people should.
Sorry.
And yes, I have Total Recall also in 4K, as normal people should.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm not gonna shame you, but seriously, dude.
It's okay.
What do you want to watch next?
Well, we're watching Heather's next.
For sure, you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
It's really good. Don't believe Brandon. Like, Brandon's really good at knowing stuff, but
Not bad.
that's just an oversight. I do love Total Recall. Though, for Verhoeven movies, Starship Troopers is probably my go-to. What'd you miss? Like, the whole movie, Cat Dad! You missed all the cat!
Yeah.
Oh my god, did I just spit out popcorn? That's so gross. You missed all the scenes with Gabriel. They're gone now.
He's alive.
You didn't miss me spitting out popcorn. By the way, guys, if you're curious as to how I gothed up Kayla, if you're a member of this channel, you can watch that exclusive stream. I think the lowest membership is like $3. You could just join, watch it, and then quit.
Yeah. You can watch Haley rub my lips all weird.
It got weird. Oh, I love Scream 2. Oh my god, Purple Rain 2. Those are good ones, Jamie. Jamie, I swear to God, we were separated at birth.
The Dirty Dancing soundtrack is really good.
It's so good. Oh my god. Okay, you want to hear something really embarrassing?
Yeah.
I'm going to pretend we're not on a stream right now. So as a
They're
child,
down here. They can't hear you.
as a child,
Yeah.
I had the biggest crush on Patrick Swayze.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I was Swayze crazy. I'm like 4.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm like 4 or 5.
Uh-huh.
6. No, I had to been older than that. I had to been like 5 or 6.
But he was at.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I love Dirty Dancing, even though I've watched it now as an adult. I'm like, young Gory, I don't think you understood all the subplots, like the abortion subplot and stuff. I don't think I understood all that. I think it's like cute boy in the dancing.
Yeah.
But I tried to impress my mother because she loved like Donahue and Oprah and all these talk shows at the time. So I took like a lot of clips from him in the movie and I just like, Mom, look, I interviewed Patrick Swayze. And so I made a whole tape where I took clips from him in the movie and responding to my questions.
That's dedication.
So dorky.
That's dedication. I love it.
The scene's just beautifully filmed. It's Halloween. Well, tomorrow's Halloween.
How are his teeth so white? They must have put like veneers or something on
And
him.
the funny thing is in the 90s, having white teeth wasn't like, I mean, if you remember the Friends episode where Ross gets his teeth white and they're like,
They
what
made
the fuck?
fun of him.
Yeah, so super white teeth were not a thing in the 90s. It's become a thing now. But Brandon Lee, like, dude, you had beautiful teeth.
I bet that they did something to like offset with the black lipstick.
It's probably because he was wearing black lipstick and white face.
Yeah.
But I love his scenes with her. I mean, I was about her age when I saw this.
It's really late, Sarah.
Go
I
home.
won't say goodbye.
You're just gonna have to forgive me for that.
And you're never coming back.
Oh, no, I can't open our popcorn.
It's hard to open. You have to open it from this side.
No, oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's their rings.
Oh, that's really sweet.
That is really sweet.
I think
And his shirt and everything with the tape on it just makes it look really cool, but you would think, like, that just would look terrible.
this way.
I think he can make anything look good, though.
I'll never take it off.
They have a really sweet relationship.
Yeah, it's really sweet. They do a good job with her.
But
like,
she doesn't
being
seem like an actress, does she?
No.
She seems like a real person, a real kid.
Sneak back in the house.
I think the fact that she has to sneak in is an upgrade. Because
Yeah.
her mom's paying attention.
Exactly. I agree with that. Mom's paying attention and making her breakfast.
And I hope they do as good of a job with the remake. Like how his makeup, it doesn't look like it's freshly put on. Like it looks like he's been wearing it all night.
It does not reflect the rolling around in mud. that
I
he
disagree
did,
with that, but I mean, you know, he's got supernatural primer.
Yeah. Supernatural primer.
Yes.
We all
And
need it.
I will say, just taking off my makeup at the end of the day, it takes like a chisel.
Does it? Am I gonna have
So-
a hard time?
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
are.
wash my face after
You are.
this.
Especially when I played roller derby.
Oh yeah.
When I played roller derby, I actually did Alice Cooper makeup, which is kind of like the Crow. But I did a lot of different full face makeup, and it looked like a mask. Like I did the Jason and stuff, and that took a lot of work to get off. So yeah, with the right primer.
What is that? Some sort of symbol?
I haven't seen the remake. I started to watch it, and I thought it was terrible.
Just keep it for good.
The 1990 version, though, with Arnold Schwarzenegger is really good. And there's a 3-booby lady in it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude.
That's pretty cool. The remake of Total Recall. I hope I'm remembering it right. That's the one where there's like
got
a
Colin
thing
Farrell.
through the middle of the earth, right?
I watched like 5 minutes of it, and I was like, I just can't.
I think that's the one that I'm thinking of.
I think the boys are making us pizza. It's okay, the
Oh my
movie's
God,
almost
they better
over.
be. I'm so
Look at him
hungry.
running. Okay, that's something I'm gonna say. Of all the things in the movie, that's what I call bullshit on. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Bullshit on. Goths don't run for anything. We don't run.
No.
And here he is parkouring and running over, but he makes it look so cool because I think he's got that martial arts background. So I mean, maybe if we all looked cool doing it, we
It
would.
would be different, yes.
I look like an idiot when I run.
Same.
See, he figured it out. Tony Todd.
What?
Eric hasn't even figured it out.
Quick impression for you. Call, bang, fuck, I'm dead. Give me the
I'm sorry, what?
I'll let you walk out of here.
And even this is, he was there to kill the people that killed Shelley and him.
Yeah.
But they've taken Sarah now.
Right.
So, he does care.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
His
bird.
life is directly connected to that bird because
Yeah.
he's dead. So I didn't realize what this was called when I first watched it. He's a being called a revenant.
Okay.
They're brought back for a temporary amount of time
Okay.
to fulfill a mission.
Well, so like, but
So
what
now he can be injured because they've hurt the crow. The crow, as long as the crow was fine, he was invincible.
Okay, but what now? Like, how is this gonna have a happy ending?
Seems to me
It might
that
not.
your life has undergone a rather significant
It's a goth
change in the
movie.
past 2 minutes now. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh my god, you're getting upset. It's okay. I'm here. I'm here for
I
you.
don't want the bad guys
I'm
to
your
win.
goth sister.
Don't want the bad guys to win.
Don't take it on Boris.
It's still alive.
Let it kill it.
Bye-bye, Bernie.
Ernie Hudson.
There we go.
We needed him.
Yeah, he needs to be there.
I love The Lost Boys, Ariel. You've seen The Lost Boys, right? Oh, you said it recently.
I saw it recently.
Yeah.
When we read that book.
Yes.
I liked it.
So good.
The dad from the Gilmore Girls was the best.
Ariel, I would love for you to join our book club. We read a book together every month. It's on Goodreads. But I think you would like a lot of the books, Ariel. Ariel's my girl.
The book we just are reading now is very, very good.
The new one?
The new one.
The new one was
The new
real.
one.
I have so much to talk to you about that movie.
Same.
I cannot wait.
We have to wait.
Especially because when I first talked to you, I was kind of like, no, I really
Yeah.
like it.
Same.
Really, really like it.
But we can't talk about it
I
yet.
found out, like, Ursula, I can't remember her last name, but
Vernon.
she also is Lucy of Henry.
Oh,
Ruby
okay.
Green.
Oh, okay.
Invincible. I was.
I love that. I was.
I guess you really will need my help, won't you?
Want more popcorn?
No, I'm okay.
I'm so hungry. I'm trying not to just keep drinking. Oh! He's your brother! When is the live stream, Gory?
For the book club?
Well, book club's really easy. It's the first Thursday of every month.
Yeah.
So that one's super easy. And I actually have a live stream tomorrow. I'm going to tell you guys what my most anticipated movies of 2024 are. If you want to hang out with me tomorrow at 7. 7 Pacific Standard Time. Which books do we read for book club? We read horror books, but all kinds of genres. And, we take suggestions. One of the books is going to be chosen by you guys this year.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the books you would love, Ariel.
Yeah.
I'm going to find our book club and post a link.
Yeah, it's all set up in Goodreads. Everything we're reading through September.
Trini, the Yellow Ranger, she's in part 2.
Oh.
No, it is
Of this?
Yeah.
pity. There's another more time for us.
Do you like her image? I probably should make an image, but oh well, I don't care. It's cute. Okay, Ariel, this is our book club on Goodreads. And for anyone else, too, we would love more of you to read the books with us. See, just desserts. That's what Eric dishes out. Just desserts. She had her eyes plucked out by the crow. And I would love also more exploration of what the crow is.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's not just an ordinary crow.
No.
You know?
It's like an entity, like a demon.
Part of me is protective of this movie because it's like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But one, it is a graphic novel series where there's so many beautiful stories in there, and there's so many things in here I want more of. So if you give me more of the things I didn't get from this one, I'm gonna really love it. I love Bill Skarsgård.
Sure there's gonna be things you love and things you hate, but.
And even if it's not for me, if it makes other people feel the way this movie made me feel, then I'm still gonna love it for what it is. You know? It doesn't have to be my favorite movie. If it makes people feel the way this movie made me feel when I first watched it, like this movie still, especially if I watch it by myself, this movie can bring me to tears still. Like, I love this movie.
Well, he's gotta save her. Or maybe she has to save him.
He has so much heart, you know? Like, so much. He's able to feel every minute of the 30 hours Shelley felt in pain, trying to hold on for him and for Sarah.
Yeah.
He's able to feel for Sarah. He's able to have sympathy for her mother. He's able to have sympathy for the cop. Like, he is such a big-hearted hero.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes him really special. I think that's what The Crow chose him. You know, it's not just that it was an injustice. It's that it was an injustice to really good people who put their lives on the line for others.
Yeah. They were trying to do something good.
If they just had their heads down and were going about their lives and were being selfish, they wouldn't have been murdered. And that sucks that they got murdered for doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my daddy used to say, every man's got a devil.
All right, we need more wine. Wine?
I'm good.
You're responsible.
Well, it also will give me a headache if I have too much.
Well, when you've reached a supreme level of goth, you
Well,
actually don't get headaches from wine.
Someday I'll get there. But it's not today.
As your fairy goth mother, I
Thank
believe
you.
in you.
Thank you.
You got a lot of spirit.
You're so cute as a goth. Your husband was so impressed.
He's like, woo.
I have something to give you.
Maybe he'll ask
Oh,
me
this is so good. This is so good.
to do it all the time.
30 hours of pain. All at once. All for you.
You love all the gargoyles.
And I think that's another thing with a lot of these what people call fridged women things, is the woman is just a trope, but he is doing this because he feels her pain and because he thinks it's an injustice that she was killed, not an injustice that he was killed.
No, that she was.
That she was taken from the world.
Yeah.
That she belongs here, and it's unfair that she was taken away. And I think that's what makes us different.
I agree.
Are you alive?
I think that's also what makes this a really romantic movie, too, is he's never feeling sorry for himself. He's sad about what happened to her.
Yeah. But he's not like defeated because of it
No.
either. Like he's like, oh, I just have to take care of business now.
And he still believes in good in the world. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to be friends with this man. Like he's saying to him now, like, what you kept him here helped me.
Yeah.
You know, he believes that, you know, Sarah can do good in the world.
I'm quoting as of now. If I live.
He is so cute. So sad that he's not here. Not because he's cute. He just seems like a really beautiful person inside and out.
Wow, Gory.
Eric?
But he just seems like such a big heart, especially when you watch the interviews, how passionate he was about this movie, how passionate he was about telling the story. He really felt like he put his heart out there.
Wow.
And I'm sad that he didn't get to see what he created.
Yeah, and that he didn't get to do more.
And yeah, you know, I just think he's incredibly talented. And yeah, he put his whole heart into what he did. Even when I see a lot of his other movies, which are mostly martial arts movies, but, you know, he's just such a passionate performer. And yeah, it's just really sad. There's a movie called Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. And it ends with talking about like this curse he has and how it might go to his son, and that was made before Brandon Lee died.
Oh wow.
Really kind of creepy.
Keep going. I'm okay.
It's like it's like destined.
Your vigilante's up on the roof.
But maybe, I mean, like, because I say, like, when you believe that kind of thing, like, if you truly
I don't
believe you're cursed,
believe that.
you can bring it into being. Like, you're putting it out there and you're bringing it to you. Like, don't have that
I
attitude.
think some people just burn really, really bright, and unfortunately, that it doesn't. You know, it goes out too quickly. you know?
Yeah.
And he burned really bright. And I'm glad at least, you know, he made things he was proud of. And he made this really beautiful movie that, I mean, I can say has meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
And I know it's meant a lot to other people.
Yeah.
And especially the person who wrote it. I mean, so many people haven't read the graphic novel, but they've seen this movie. So I think he did a lot in the short amount of time he had. And most of us can't say that, even those of us who live very long lives. So it is a tragedy.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think he has a lot to be proud of. This is a beautiful movie. Stephen Chang, you're so sweet. Thank you. And I think Elsa is like a young girl watching this. Like, I just thought, how cool would it be to have these friends? You know?
Is to never stop loving them.
And I think that's a really important message, too, because I think
But real love is forever.
at the core of this, the movie is about grief. And how do... Okay, so the movie's over. It says it's for Brandon and Eliza,
That's really
which is
sad.
his fiance. But I think it says at the end of it, the way to let them live on is we remember them.
Yeah.
That's why, you know, my grandmother was so important to me. And her birthday, September 15th, every year, I talk to her, my son, about her, even though he only met her once, because I want her to be remembered, because she's important to me.
Yeah. And that's the best way for him to know you better, too. And the only way that she'll be remembered.
And, you know, even with, like, movies and stuff, you know, I wanted you to see this, because this movie's important to me.
Yeah.
And there are people in this movie who, because of what they created, are important to me. And I think, you know, when we remember things, whether it's a movie, a person, a place, that's how it lives on. I told you about the Franklin house, which is long dead, but it lives in my memory.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of beauty in this movie.
Yeah.
And I think that's, for me, why it's timeless.
Yeah. I agree.
Did you like it?
I did like it. I like.
You don't have to like it.
No, I did. I did like it. It's definitely. It wasn't. It was dark, but it wasn't like as like messed up as I thought it was gonna be. For some reason, like in my head, it was just like.
What'd you think
dark.
it was gonna be?
Like, kind of like more broody.
For a movie that's as goth as it is, I
Uh-huh.
think it's got this kind of levity to it.
No,
Like,
he's definitely like on a mission. Like he's taking action.
he is, but he loves this little girl.
Yeah.
He loves seeing the kids trick or treating
Yeah.
for Halloween. Like, he's got so much love for life.
Yes.
And when people think of goth people, I think
They
they
do
think
not
of
think
people
that.
who are obsessed with death.
And a little apathetic.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, for me, I feel like I am somebody who's has a very goth sensibility, but I feel like, without sounding really stupid, I feel like I feel things maybe too much sometimes.
Yeah.
And I get really emotional and about things that maybe I shouldn't be, like, you know, like this movie.
Yeah.
And I told you this movie moves me deeply.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe is what it is allowing yourself to feel those big emotions, whether they be love or grief or anger, and to feel them deeply.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, not to get too philosophical, is the core of what it is to be goth.
Yeah.
And that's what he is in this movie. You know, he sees the beauty of children trick-or-treating. He loves Sarah. He loves this cop who's trying to do the right thing. He loves his girlfriend who died horribly.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in these situations, I feel they get cold or hard.
Yeah.
You know, you see a lot of these action heroes and they're hardened. And I think what makes him a beautiful hero is he feels everything.
Well, because, like, the only thing I can really compare it to is, like, Spawn, and he is, like, an angry character, right? Like, he feels sorry for himself, and he's kind of like the anti.
Yeah, and
The
I think
Crow.
that's what's so hard about this, is I think I've seen so many of these movies like Death Wish and stuff where I feel like they're more focused on their own grief and their own pain of what they've lost.
Yeah.
It's so much harder he took 30 hours of poor Shelley in pain, holding on because she wanted to live.
Yeah.
And he held that because he loved her so much. Like, that's powerful to be able to feel that and hold that in your mind and still be able to smile when you see children trick-or-treating. Still be able to hug a little girl that you know just needs a big brother figure.
Yeah.
You know, that's hard. It's hard to feel that much, you know, without your heart bursting.
Yeah. And he did it.
And, you know, I think for me, as somebody who I think feels too much, that's why I write, and that's why I talk about movies and stuff. I think movies are such a beautiful expression of the things we feel. But
they're a really accessible way for us to, like, see the emotions that we feel about, like, our everyday things, but applicable in, like, bigger situations or, like, made-up situations. So it kind of, like, gives you a little bit of disassociation, but also experience of the emotion.
And I think that's what's beautiful, especially about movies that have elements of fantasy to them, because you have that disassociation that you mentioned, which I need that.
Same.
I really appreciate the artistry that goes into a movie like Precious, which is so hard to watch. But I prefer movies that have that element of fantasy that give it a little disassociation, because I do feel things way too
Precious
hard.
would be. I haven't even seen it.
That one's hard for me. That one, like, kind of broke me. The Girl Next Door, which is also based on a true story. Those are movies that, like, it's too much for me.
Well, even, like, for me, I can't watch a lot of, like, modern war films.
Exactly.
Like,
I don't watch war movies.
can't.
I can't. Because, especially my grandfather was in World War II.
Yep.
And I've heard some of his stories. I'll tell you some stories about my grandfather sometime, but just because it's real. Yeah. And I don't watch a lot of true crime-based movies for that reason. It's too much for me. But this element of fantasy gives me enough dissociation where I can feel those feelings, which I think are really important and really powerful. And we need to feel them. We need to feel grief and happiness and love. And we need to marvel at life and the beauty that's all around us that we take for granted. Yeah. But I think this movie perfectly gives you just enough escapism where you can experience that and it's not too much.
I agree. Yeah, 100%. I love it. That was a great movie. That was a good movie.
You loved it?
I do. I want to read the graphic novel.
I am so disappointed in myself that I don't have it.
That's
but,
okay. I'll find
you know
it.
what? I'm going to get it.
Maybe I can find it through the library.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's one of those old ones. It's like in black and white. But, I mean, I will say reading the graphic. I think the reason I don't have the graphic novel is because that one, for me, is too much.
Yeah.
I think it's because I just read so much of that man's pain through it. Yeah. I've read it once. I've read some of the sequels more than once. But that one's just I'm really empathetic. Yeah. So it's really hard for me sometimes. Things that are just too much.
Yeah. I'd like to give it a shot at the very least. Because I get the same way. I have a hard time. Like, when I tried to read Anna Karenina, I had to stop. I was like, this is hopeless.
And for school, I had to read Jane Eyre. And I've told you, my son was like 3 or 2. Yeah. He loved it. I'm just like, this is a lot.
Really sad. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So... yeah, I know the stereotypical goth is somebody who I guess is just morose, but me as a goth, I'm a kind of a big softie.
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. I think at the core, like I said, being goth is about feeling all the things.
Yeah. Well, maybe I need to look more into what it all is about.
Welcome to the dark side. We have cookies.
Cookies, okay.
We do. Okay. Let's check in with our chat. We got super deep there.
Yeah, we did.
Jamie, going to see the movie is one of the first dates I had with my husband on the back. I cannot believe Jamie looks younger than me. In 1994, I was 13, so I can't believe that. But Jamie, seriously, but yeah, she's just like us. She would love her. She's amazing. Cool. We need to, Jamie, do you do watch parties in your channel? I need to watch more watch parties with people. I watch them with Night sometimes. I need to watch more. I mean, I will be honest with you guys. A lot of the times when I take breaks from YouTube and stuff, it's because even though I do all this stuff, I am horribly introverted. I have a lot of social anxiety. And sometimes I kind of go into my little hidey hole and I just can't do a lot of this stuff. But I'm working on it. It's part of those things that comes with age. And, thanks to Book Club, I have done a stream every single month.
Honestly, because I'm the same. I have been more active on Instagram lately. Like, I still don't want to be, like, perceived. Like,
people keep asking you for your Instagram
I know.
stuff.
I've posted
you should
a couple.
do a Kayla one.
Maybe.
Just one that's like a character one.
Yeah.
That's just fun.
That's a good idea.
You can explore your gothness.
Explore my spooky side.
Your spooky side?
Because a lot of, like, the stuff that I'm, like, really into and that I, like, do is, like more whimsical, like Lord of the Ringsy, like.
We love Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, like that kind of vibe. But doing the book club with you and like doing this and getting out of my like this is so outside my comfort zone.
I love it though.
But it's fun and it makes it easier to see that like, oh, I can do this silly thing and I'm not gonna spontaneously combust, right? Like it's uncomfortable. But I had a great time with you, and yeah, that's all.
I think there's something cathartic.
Yeah.
And I found this through YouTube, and I greatly appreciate people like Jamie and Brandon who have been with this channel from the beginning. There's something about showing this vulnerable side of yourself, the side of yourself that feels things, you know, especially movies really touch me, you know, especially this movie touches me.
Yeah.
And then to have people go, hey, I see you and I accept you.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes you feel just a little bit better.
Well, and like I've been on TikTok a lot lately, and there's a couple people, and it's not the greatest place to be, but there are people that I follow, and they're like,
you should show me how to TikTok.
I will. It's an addiction. Like you can easily get sucked in because it's like little quick snippets, and before you know it, you've been scrolling for 2 hours. But there are people on there that are like, if I can do it, you can do it. Like I'm just recording my normal everyday life. Like I'm not doing anything special, but that's what people want to see. They want to see other people. They want to see humanity. They want to see vulnerability and like realness. And like, yeah, there's going to be people out there that judge, but for the most part, like people just want to be with other people.
What I do here, it's kind of, the only thing I can compare what I do on YouTube is maybe to Joe Bob Briggs, because he does have that character, which is a bit of disassociation, which is something I like, because I can have a little more fun, because I am a very introverted person. So having a character, you know, breaking kayfabe a little bit here, does help me to put myself out there a little bit more. But like, you know, Joe Bob Briggs, I do share my actual feelings about things. So I don't feel like I'm being fake with you guys, but I feel like this gives me a little more room to play.
It gives you a boundary. It gives you a barrier for sure and protects you. Because the internet can be ruthless. Seems like you have a really great community here, but I'm sure that took a long time to build too, though.
One of the things I love about my community, and I'm very specific with my community, because I did Horror Addicts, and Horror Addicts, nothing against the channel my husband built and everything, but Horror Addicts, when it got to about 10K, and then it got to about 15K, the comments, it's like they stopped thinking that you were a human being.
Oh, yeah. It's not a community at that point anymore. Like,
and
that's bananas.
The comments, every single comment, I feel like every single comment was about how it looked. This is before I had a character and stuff, and it was so not fun. Or they'd poke on the one thing I pronounced wrong or said wrong, or I'm stupid, and, you know, this is a very small channel, and I love that it's small. And I love that I have a tight community here. I love that I know the names of everybody who's in this chat before. And I hit something. I love that I've seen you all before. I know Brandon Wayne Lewis. I know Ariel. I know Ariel loves Evil Tunes. I know, you know, the movies Jamie likes. I know Brandon. I know Trash Picture Show, who's been on my channel before. I love this. And I would have this any day over having 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Just a small community of people who accept each other, who get each other.
Yeah.
I'm really grateful for it.
I am too. Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad that I get to share this with you.
Yeah.
You're a part of the channel now.
I almost feel like I need to start my own, but I don't know what I would do.
I'd support you.
What I was thinking that we should do is at the very least record our book club chat for a podcast.
That's not a bad idea. There's a podcast I really want to introduce you to, The Faculty of Horror.
Okay.
Where they really break down movies.
Okay.
We should have a podcast. You guys, if we had a podcast, would you be interested? Because, I mean, here on Gory B Movie, you know, I understand it's my channel and stuff, and that probably limits what you feel like maybe you can do.
Yeah.
But if we had a podcast, it's hours.
Hours, yeah.
I love this. And I have the equipment. I have really good mics.
Yeah, maybe we can do that.
Let me know if you guys want a podcast from us.
Yeah. And I have stuff at my house, too.
Can we be super goth?
Yeah, we can do whatever we want.
I'm kidding. We
can do whatever we want.
All right, let's check in with the chat, and then we're going to say adieu to you guys. Guys, I will be back tomorrow. Just me and you guys. Yeah. You know, we haven't had a time where we just hung out, just me and you guys for a while. Tomorrow I'm going to tell you guys what movies in 2024 I am most looking forward to. It will be at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 10 p.m. Eastern. All right, let's check in with the chat. Brandon says, well said, Gory. I respect the movie. You made me look at it in a different light. I am so glad. Absolutely, you guys do not have to feel the way I feel about any particular movie. Just like I may not understand where you're coming from. Movies hit us at certain times. And like I said, when I saw this movie, I was 13. And it was still very important to me when I was a teenager. And I think we're so formative.
Yeah.
You know, so I can understand why this movie might have hit me really hard and may not have hit you. But I greatly appreciate you giving it another look.
Yeah.
You know, because it is so important to me. He likes yelling at me and tries to make my ears bleed and being deaf. Who?
Yeah, what?
That I don't like that. Jamie, you are not 50. Stop your lying. I may not feel it, but I do watch parties on my channel. Jamie, you know, honestly, I would love to have you. I don't know what your schedule is, but I would love to have you on the show sometime. We should just hang out sometime. Kayla, we should hang out with Jamie.
Okay.
Jamie also joined our book club.
Yes.
I posted a link earlier on Goodreads.
I messed up my eyeballs here.
You look beautiful. Brandon says, it's mostly my autism that affects my behavior and way of thinking. I didn't even know you had autism. By the way, you are doing really, really well. I have a special place in my heart for people with autism because my son is on the spectrum. And my cousins have really had a lot of difficulties with that. So we did do a stream even on autism and horror. So, yeah, Brandon, honey, you're doing great. You're doing really great. You're overcoming a lot. You're so good with people. So good with people. I have a cousin. We actually have tattoos because she's in UK time. So she's like 8 hours ahead of me. And she calls me because being autistic, essentially, and please forgive me, I am not autistic if I phrase this poorly. Please forgive me. But from what I gather from my cousin, they just don't get the social cues that you and I get. Mm-hmm. And so she asks me, like, what is, like, one time there was a party and she knew a guy she dated would be there. And she's like, how can I get out of that conversation politely? Because she doesn't know, you know, or she was going to a concert and she knew there was a lot of people. She was really stressed. And so I was like, well, show me a map of the place. And I was like, okay, here are your exits. Here's what you can say to go, you know, and yeah, that's why we have tattoos. Because she tried to call me once and I was asleep because she's in a different time zone. And it's like, I just want you to know that you're always loved and you're always cared about. So, yeah. Brandon, you're doing incredible. You're really doing incredible. It's a lot to deal with. Trash Picture Show says, it where like-minded people can meet and share their love for horror, art, action figures, and not feel ostracized. Absolutely. By the way, did you know this is the voice of Brewster on the channel?
No.
Yes, that's why Brewster's Irish.
How exciting.
Very cool guy. Very cool channel. This community helped me find myself again. That means everything to me. I feel the same way, Jamie. I actually, when I took some time off because I had kind of this period where I was reprioritizing my life. And I was like, okay, if I were to be gone tomorrow, what would I be sad that I didn't do? And I was like, okay, well, I want to spend time with my son. I want to write my book. And I thought maybe YouTube was something I could do without. And then I realized it's not about the views. It's not about the videos. It's about the community. Like, you guys are my friends, you know, and when I'm not here interacting with you, that's my social life. I would rather be here than go out to like a bar or something. Like here and hanging out with you and doing book club and a couple of my other friends where we hang out and chat, like Becky. That's my social life. But you guys are my safe place. That's why I love this channel, and I kind of hope it stays small and nice like this.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're supposed to ask for that, but that's what I want.
Nobody else gets to join.
Yes, we're cutting it off now. Jamie says, yes, podcast. I love this idea. You are ambitious. I like this.
It was Doug's idea.
Can't wait for the live stream tomorrow. Ariel, it will not be fun if you're not there. You are amazing. I really am 50, I swear. Honestly, Jamie, I love this. I am 42 years old. I have never been shy about my age on here. I was born in 1981. My mother was born in 1960, and she is beautiful and intelligent and is 62, so age ain't nothing but a number. And honestly, the fact that you're 50, you've experienced more than I have, and you have so many more stories than I do, and especially your stories about movies. So this is a place where that's incredible. And girl, you look great. You look incredible. I love the movie The Crow. Me too. Just DM me on Instagram. We can set something up. I would love to do something with you. I am going to write that down. Am I? There's so many utensils.
Do you have a thing? You got
I actually used to do a show on this channel called Ghouls Night Out. where it was just me and other women of horror, and we would talk about things that kind of, I mean, sometimes just anything, but a lot of times we would talk about women of horror issues, you know, like Final Girls and stuff. So that's something I'd like to maybe bring back. And yes, Ariel is also autistic, which I think is, you know, Ariel, another person who's just really, really incredible. Fellow Aussie, love you, Ariel. I'm late as hell, but I love The Crow. Great film and soundtrack. Yes, but am I the only one? I saw it in theater with my dad. I'm jealous of you, Troy McClure. I did not see it in theater. I rented it from Blockbuster and VHS and watched it with my mom. But this is a movie, God, I would love to see this movie in the big screen.
That'd be fun.
We have a lot of retro movies in town, and this is one I haven't seen come up yet, but I would love to see this. Maybe we could do it at the shop. Kayla!
Maybe.
This is kind of like our movie now.
Maybe.
Is this like our friendship
It
movie?
is, yeah.
Oh, I love you. I love Kayla. Brandon says, you're right, Gory. Everyone is on a different spectrum, but yes, how we communicate and understand social cues varies. Absolutely. And like I said, it's a spectrum. My son is on the low end of that spectrum, and so I don't make assumptions about anybody with autism. You know, I have two cousins. They are both in very different places on there, and they both respond to the world very, very differently. So, yeah, that's... I understand just from seeing how much they struggle, how hard it is, and got mad respect for you. Mad respect for you. Just so you know, I'm in my 30s and I was born in March 1991. Girl, you're 10 years younger than me. You're a young chickadee. And Ariel, also very beautiful girl. Very beautiful. Thank you. I thought you were 29 or 30. Jamie, bless your heart. I love you. Jamie and I were separated at birth.
Yeah.
Just so you know, even though we're not the same age.
Not the same age, but it makes sense.
Yes.
In your hearts.
I remember watching The Craft in VHS in 1999. So, a little story for you, Ariel. The Craft is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. And The Craft I did see in the cinema, as we mentioned in the last one. But my mother, you know how people talk about love languages? My mother is a gift-giving person. And I remember one day when it was like the absolute worst day, I was being bullied at school, and I came home to The Craft on VHS on my desk, and it's like nothing, there was no better way to say, I love you, I'm here for you than that.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
I love it.
I like that.
I love The Craft. The Iron Claw, I see. I do want to see that. All right, guys. This has been so much fun. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you, Boris. Thank you, Kayla. Guys, loving this Kayla goth look.
Look at this.
If you want to hang out with me again, I will be here tomorrow, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to talk about my most anticipated movies of the next year. You can also catch Kayla every month with me. We do Bloody Book Club the first Thursday of every month.
Yes.
And you can follow us on Goodreads as well. Yeah. And I love you guys. Jamie, you saw the cinema too? Of course you did. Of course you did! Because you're amazing. You are amazing. All of you in this chat. I love each and every one of you. Yeah. Troy, Brandon, Jamie, Mr. Flickster. I saw you sneak in here. Ariel. Mad love for you all. Hope to see you tomorrow. And until we meet again.
Blessed be.